Hey guys, SaintsKnight here, welcoming you guys back to your channel here with another, actually a special double movie review with just myself. Gibler and I, he's a lazy wanker. No, seriously, I'm joined just by myself because Gibler and I was a bit tired. I think as I speak, he's actually probably in a coma right now at his desk. But apart from that, today's films are going to be a new Marvel movie and a Star Wars movie. The first one being Deadpool 2, and the other one being Solo, a Star Wars story. But just for clarification, there are absolutely zero spoilers in both movie reviews. This is just my personal, or our personal opinions, whatever. And just so that people, if they want to go see the movie, can go see it unspoiled. So without further ado, let's talk about our first film, which would be, according to the trailer script, Deadpool 2. So ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to keep seeing these movie reviews on the channel, you know what to do. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. So without further ado, let's talk Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2, if you didn't know, is a sequel to the Deadpool movie that was released 1 or 2 years ago, I believe, with Ryan Reynolds as the titular character. And honestly, I didn't really like the first one. I mean, it didn't really make me laugh as much as it should have done. I mean, it was funny, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't. It had some problems, like the villain pacing, and some of the jokes felt flat for me at least. I know a lot of people liked it, but I personally didn't. This one, however, is different because I'd say that this second one is actually better than the first one. Reason why? Well, the main reasons why is probably because, more importantly, it's more funny. I mean, the guy who made Deadpool 1 was going to make Deadpool 2, but I think either got sacked or quit, whatever. So he isn't on anymore, and that's a good choice because they've actually made it a lot more comedic, more in the lines of funniness. Now, the story, it's Deadpool. It's a Deadpool movie, so of course the story is going to be totally stupid. I mean, basically, if you don't know, the basic storyline is that Deadpool has to save this kid from this guy named Cable, and fighting and hilarity ensues whilst on that way. But yeah, that's as much as the plot. That is as much as the plot that I can tell you without actually spoiling the entire thing, because a lot of if I were to talk in depth about the actual story, it would spoil it quite a lot. But you know, the jokes, as I said, the jokes in this were pretty funny. A lot of them, if not all of them, were completely on point. The soundtrack, I didn't expect to be good, seeing as how it was a Deadpool movie, but it was actually quite good. Hell, even the Celine Dion song at the start, which if you haven't seen, if you haven't heard, go check it out on YouTube. It's really good. That with the opening intro, it's in the style of Deadpool, so yeah. But honestly, the best part, watch to the end for the very, very best part, because that one scene alone is worth the price of admission. So yeah. Let's see. The characters, well, all the characters were the usual people that were in Deadpool 1 return, like Deadpool, Dopinder, the Indian taxi driver, Dopinder, the blind nun, not blind nun, blind granny, I think. Blind old woman, anyway. She's back in it, and coupled with the new characters, Thanos, I'm sorry, Cable is actually really quite good. I mean, I actually was very captivated by his story and his acting, actually. Josh Brolin, I believe it was. I just know him, just call him Thanos, it's easier. But yeah, it's a really good movie. Honestly, I would say that Deadpool 2 is a really, really good movie, and you know what? And you know what? Now it's time for the final verdict. I think me, myself, and Game Lord and I, well, me, Game Lord and I, and Fang gave it an 8 out of 10. So that's. And now we move on to our next movie. If you couldn't tell from back there, is Solo, a Star Wars story. Now, what the absolute hell can I say about this movie? Well, probably, first things first. If the people that are watching, if you guys are fans of Star Wars, and if you thought that Rian Johnson ruined Star Wars with The Last Jedi, you have not seen Solo, a Star Wars story, because honestly, it is probably, you know how people said that the Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones was probably their worst Star Wars movie? This movie, I would honestly say, is the worst Star Wars movie in history. And not only that, this actually made me pissed off of how good it could have been and how much I liked Han Solo. Harrison Ford's original was brilliant. Alden Ehrenreich should not have been Han Solo. Should not have been anywhere near this movie. Asa, my choice for Han Solo, for Solo, a Star Wars story, was Asa Butterfield from, if you guys don't know, Ender's Game, and how actually the boy in Strap Jobs and all that. He was my choice, not Zack Snyder, beautiful creatures, piece of shit movie with piece of shit cast done by Zack Snyder. Can I just ask Lucasfilm, was this right here what you had thought? Is this what you were thinking of when you were planning Solo, a Star Wars story? Was this what the fuck was going through your minds to think that this was a good idea? Okay, I gotta come out of it. The story of Solo, it's a generic heist movie. Solo is a generic heist movie with Star Wars coding. Like, Rogue One was a war story. It was a war story, basically. Rogue One was this war story with a Star Wars, like, paint job, like a coated Star Wars paint. This is a heist movie. But unlike heist movies like Ocean's 11, 12, 13, hopefully Ocean's 8, unlike those movies, this heist movie has zero character development. Or if it does, it's shit character development. I mean, I was left, I think myself and the Hero and I, who I watched this with, as soon as the credits rolled on this movie, we only had this to say. Was that it? I mean, we left our screening of Solo feeling, well, first of all, pissed off. He felt a little bit biased because of the credit scene that we'll get actually that if you want, which we'll not go into because we don't want to spoil for you guys. Let's see what else. Okay, I'm thinking too much on the negatives of this movie. I'm thinking too much negatives. Was there anything good about it? Yes. I admit that was good. Yes. Well, mainly Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, as Lando Calrissian, was a top-notch casting choice. I mean, you could even tell just from the trailers, he's going to be a very good Lando, and he was. He even channeled, I would honestly say, because honestly, I didn't really like Lando in episode 5 and 6, like in the original trilogy. But I love him in this. He's the only good character in it. Let's see, as well, the female droid that he is companion with, she gets her fair share of laughs. I mean, not as funny as Rogue One's K2SO, but still a funny character nonetheless who gets her fair share of laughs. The action is a bit more, actually it's a bit bland for a Star Wars story. I mean, compared to, again, Rogue One, but I suppose it's not as bad as Force Awakens. I mean, I didn't like the Force Awakens' fighting at all. I mean, I just felt it was a bit... Anyway, back to Solo. The music was good as well. I mean, John Williams. What's pissing me off, what's sad about this, is that this will probably be the last movie, well, either this or episode 9 will probably be the last ever Star Wars movie that John Williams will ever be attached to, which is going to be a damn shame, because John Williams needs to do all of it. Or, if not him, Michael Giacchino has to do it. He did fantastic with Rogue One, so maybe he can actually step into the reins, because I know Star Wars isn't going away. Star Wars is going to stay here until the very, very end. Which I like, but if they keep pumping shit like this, then Disney, me and you are going to have a little bit of a talk. We're going to talk. But for now, one more final thing is that since this is an origin story, you would have to get some explanations on certain things, but some of the things they do explain in this, either they aren't good or they're things that we don't want explained. Like the castle run, we didn't need to know how that works. The mystery of it is what was the satisfying part about that. But anyways, time for the final verdict. I believe Kim Lord and I'd say he was a little bit biased. I'd say if he were to watch it again, he'd probably change the score. He gave it a 5. Actually, he gave it a 5 out of 10. And as for my final verdict, I see. Out of all the Star Wars movies, the lowest I would give is 5 out of 10, and that would be for Attack of Clones, which is the worst episode. 5, actually 1 could be like 6 out of 10, but for Solo, fuck it, 4, a 4 out of 10. What I'm going to say is, if you are going to be wasting your money on a movie, do not watch Solo. Go watch Deadpool 2. It's better. Or wait next week for what we think on Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Or next 2 weeks, sorry. For Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and see if that may interest you. But that's in 2 weeks' time. As for now, what did you guys think? Do you agree on both the reviews? Do you disagree? Whatever your thoughts on both the reviews for Deadpool and Solo, leave in the comments down below. And apart from that, guys, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for today. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're not new, then don't forget to click the bell icon next to the subscribe button in order to get your notifications whenever we go live or whenever we get a new video. And apart from that, guys, we'll see you in the next video. So until then, guys, as always, peace.